Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I hope you guys are doing well. I have been watching the news right now. I'm watching the news, and it's really something else. The things that you see on the news, it is so sad. Um, I wrote at the top of the title what I am going to talk about, and the Fort Worth police and the footage that I saw last night of them um, punching a black man in the face for no reason, and his attorney appearing on TV, and you can even see in the video the dude, he didn't deserve to be punched in the face. He wasn't violent toward the police, nothing, and you know that's why I don't blame my friend for moving to another state. He said, as a black person, people don't feel welcomed here. And, I'm going to think twice, you know what I'm saying, when dealing with any kind of authority because of the color of my skin and because I do live in the South. I'm not saying that all policemen are bad. That's not what this is about. The ones that do things to people and hurt people and punch folks in the face. I would like to see that video. Yeah, I posted it on my page. I just posted it. Channel 5 has it. You can go to Channel 5 DFW. You can find that video there. But I did post the video. But it is sad the dude was at the hospital. He was at a hospital, Harris Methodist Hospital. I've been to that hospital multiple times. And I've even been, approached there, but never in a way, violent or nothing. I've never been approached like that. A person might ask, why am I there? And I always, when I go into places, I make sure I have my paperwork right there, boom, in my hand, so that they know I'm there for blood work or whatever. But other than that, I've never had problems, per se, with the police, like that. Um, I've never been physically hit or nothing like that by the police, but I have had problems with security guards, and I just, who think that they the police, and then when they get out of line and find themselves in trouble or being sued, then they wonder why, because your security guards are not the police. You're not supposed to put your hands on people. But the policeman punched a man in the face, and that stuff that I put the sign up here. I couldn't fit everything, but you can see the man here laying on the ground, and this is the policeman over him, of course. But it's stuff like that in Texas that it says I understand. Yeah, it's scary, and I want people to watch that video because I post that stuff up there so that people can see it for themselves, and look at stuff for themselves. I try to talk about current subjects and subjects that are as current as I can. This is simple. This is simple. Um, you know, um, living in Texas sometimes is not simple. I guess some people could say as a black person, because even when you go into private businesses, people that even are not the police, they sit there and stare at you. Any black man or woman. Any black man or woman. There you go. I'm putting thumbs by those. Yeah, because even when you go into a private business, people stare at you. And and for me, I've had that problem with businesses, and I stay my ass out of shopping centers. I don't go to malls. I don't go to big places. If I want to order stuff, I take my money and buy a computer and order what I need and have it here. I don't have problems with that. I stay my ass out of shopping centers and stuff. It says bunch of and, and on beats. Okay. Yeah, a lot of crooked people uh working the beats or work on the beats. I'm sorry. Then I'm reading this. Police lay their nasty hands on. Okay, like that. I'm putting thumbs by those. Police are human, even when Training. Okay, yeah, they're human. Yes, yes, police are human. But this man had no weapon, and that's one thing I'm trying to talk about. This dude didn't have a weapon. He didn't have a knife. He didn't deserve to be punched in the face. This dude was in a hospital. Then he, you know what I'm saying? The video shows the dude going outside, and then you still following him. The man, you know what I'm saying? This is why people are afraid of the police. They think that it's like undercover KKK. That dude, like, he looked like he had vengeance in his face, like he wanted to kill that man. He punched that dude in the face. You don't punch somebody in the face. To find out where they are, family living. Somebody said find out where they living and treat their family the same. What have you. I mean, it's like people wouldn't, that police officer, he wouldn't want to be punched in the face. That man asked for his mom. Well, you're 21 years old, you don't need your mom. No, yeah, no, you do need an attorney or representation. If you do have the right. Even if the dude didn't call for his mom, if he asked for an attorney, and he has that right too to call on an attorney. Police are assholes. Okay, that's why I'm talking about this subject. Not all policemen, because I thank God for, the police and stuff that, take care of our church. Thank God for those. I'm not saying that all police, and that's not what I'm saying. The bad ones, and specifically the bad police officers, they make those who do good look bad. Because, they wear the uniform and do bad in it. Those who don't want to, do right by society, and they use their badge for power and hurt people. It says they don't work. It just. Okay, I got you, ma'am. Definitely, it says it's totally wrong for the police to lay their hands on other. It's wrong. Police, yeah, the dude laid his hands on that man. That man didn't deserve that stuff. And I've had definitely fun, with Fort Worth police, and I, went to events and stuff they've had downtown, and have taken, pictures and stuff in settings and stuff like that, where we're in settings or parades, or that's different. But when it comes to being, dealing with them outside of events, that I have to rethink things, because I am an African American person, living in a Republican town. Fort Worth is very Republican and very country, when it comes to certain things, especially just a lot of the things out here are just very country, and a lot of minorities feel a disconnect. And when you see movies and films and videos about the disconnect and stuff like that, with the black community and other minorities, not just black folks, other minorities, Mexicans, and other people, say there is no connect. Like when I see the Sundance Square commercial that comes on TV, it's nothing but white people. There is no representation really of black people, except for one black lady serving food to some people. She's a waiter, so I don't know, she's serving food to the people in the commercial. That's not a good representation either. There are other black folks in Fort Worth. It says all black communities have to come together and start killing good and bad people, and start other bad police. Yeah, I hear you on that one, man. People, have to come together, not in just that way, but people have to speak out. And I talk about this stuff, whether people listen, whether they don't. I try to talk about subjects like this because it's something that's difficult. And as an African American, I can't change the color of my skin. I don't want to change the color of my skin, because our skin don't crack. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad to be the color of my skin. But you have some people that are not happy to be the color of their skin, because when you live in America, sometimes, especially in the South, I can say the South, like Texas, sometimes it can make you think twice about being African American, or black, or whatever reference you want to use, or minority. Not just black people. Minorities feel like they're not welcomed here. Mexicans are told to go back from where they come from, and all these other things. and you see the hatred. Let's see what someone wrote down here at the bottom. It says police in the state, it is fucked up. Yes, it is. It's sad. Not all police are bad, but we also know that there are bad police officers. So all I do is I try to build with constructive criticism. I'm not, saying again that all police are bad, but there are some fucked up ones, and I just keep it real like that. And as African American people, like me, we're scared. I'm scared because I've been looked at crazy when I walk into businesses. People, just stand there and look at me. Says, here police treat everyone equal. Police don't touch. Okay, so see, police don't touch police. Yeah. Somebody says police treat people equal there. Well, everybody can't pack their stuff up and go move to heaven on earth. Some countries would be heaven on earth for black folks specifically, because this person's talking about wherever he lives that the police treat everybody equal. You can't have that in America. America doesn't believe in treating people equal, especially the South, because they believe in racism out here. They want people to feel oppressed out here. It's very old-timey and very a slave mentality out here, and a lot of Republicans, they talk about that and they like that kind of stuff. They like slavery. Some people endorse slavery and they like that stuff. They like modern slavery, and I don't mean going out in the fields. I'm not talking about that kind of slavery. I'm talking about financial slavery and imprisonment, and how minorities, are not just black folks, but how minorities are put in prison 10 times more likely than white folks. If you live in states like Texas, Alabama, the Deep South, you're 5 times more likely to be stopped if you're minority or a black person. That's just what it is. It's not stuff that someone's pulling out of a hat somewhere. Police. Okay. Okay. Police don't people. Anyhow. Okay. Says unless you are a criminal. Yes, they say unless you're a criminal, then the police, they act different. But he's talking about if you're a regular civilian person, then the police, they treat everybody equal. That's different. If you're a criminal, then and you're trying to run away, then that's a different story. As far as how the police interact with people who are criminals, but everybody should be treated equally as long as they're not doing anything. In other words, don't use force on somebody when force is not applied to you. And I've had that happen to me, not by police, but by security guards at a business. And I just say to myself that I'm never gonna let that happen to me. A person putting their hands on me, and being racist toward me. I'm not gonna have that happen either. And that's why that business finds itself where it's at. I don't play with businesses that treat me like shit, and I will never shop at any place that treats me like shit. Never. And I ain't been back there, and I'm not gonna go. Says police anywhere, okay, and treat anyway, and talk you away. Oh wow, okay. I'm gonna put a thumb by that. He talks about the police. Okay, then someone else wrote at the bottom, why even to speak on it? Well, because it's just something that I saw on television, and it was something that, because I live here in Fort Worth, and I live here, and when I see that kind of stuff, it just reinforces the reason why a lot of people are afraid of the police. I'm not saying for people to go around and disrespect all police officers and stuff. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is, if you're a minority person, then you should be aware of how you approach them. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That's all. You should approach them with fear, because they have the ability to take your life. That's how I approach the police. With fear. Unless they approach me with happiness. But if they afraid, I'm afraid. If I see in their face that you afraid, then I'm gonna be afraid too. I'm gonna, show the same emotions as you. If you afraid, I'm afraid too. Every minority should be afraid of the police nowadays because you don't know. You don't know if they're gonna punch you in the face for no reason. You don't know. So it's scary. That's all I'm saying. It's scary. It's scary, and it's something to think about when you deal with any kind of authority. I don't care who it is or what it is. Just but just also know and recognize that. Thank you so much. That not all police and authority are out to hurt you. That's also another thing to reiterate. But for those who want to break the rules and use their badge to hurt people, that is not cool. That cannot happen. That cannot be tolerated. That person should immediately lose their job. You don't punch somebody in the face when they're not doing nothing to you. You wouldn't have punched a white man in the face. Like I told somebody, you don't follow a white person around a store. You don't approach them and ask them what they are doing in here. But I've been approached. So it's like, should you when you go in the stores as a black person and make sure you just stick your money in your front pocket so they know you have money? I don't know what you should do to, I don't know, because it's like, damn, you know how people used to stick their money on their chest for their birthday, or something like that back in the day. Y'all remember when people would stick money on their chest or pin it on their chest, whatever, people would know it was their birthday. I mean, should minorities have to do that? So like when they go into businesses, like, okay, bam, here's money. So, okay, I don't know, jokingly, of course, but damn, it's difficult to see a black man being punched in the face by police and following instructions. People say, well, you hear Republicans on TV, especially Republicans, say, well, they didn't follow instructions. They didn't do what they were told. They didn't lay on the ground. Man, a dude was laying on the ground and was shot anyway. So what does that tell you? That there are some policemen out there that just do not care and that they will kill you. And, seeing that kind of stuff, it makes you think about things a little differently. And it'll make me think about things a little differently. For those who may be going through stuff in their lives, I also definitely pray for you. Today is Thursday, the wonderful day for Broadway Church. I will not be going to Broadway Church today because I have track practice this evening. So that will be a great time for me. So I hope that all of you guys are having a great day. Again, the temperature outside today is going to be 79 degrees and nice. It's nice and sunny outside, blue skies. It's nice to get out, run, or do something outside. But again, though, I do pray for people who may be going through something in their lives, and that you find a way through all of that, and that you are able to succeed in your life. Also, my prayers go out to the family. I'm sure what they saw on TV, frightening. My prayers go out to them. And I hope that dude wins his lawsuit against the city. Because it just goes to show that, that people are treated differently still today because of the color of their skin. Not just by police, but anybody in authority. I don't care if they run a mom and pop business. People sometimes treat you differently based on your skin color. Not everybody, and I'm not saying that all Republicans are racist. I'm not saying that either. But the ones who, outwardly want to act that way, then you make Republicans look bad because you say all this stuff. And the biggest Republican of all, he don't like anybody. I don't care if you black, white, or purple. Donald Trump will smash you and put you under the bus and fire your ass. He don't like people. And you see, he don't have hardly any black people, and he probably won't have any black people when he let go of the head of housing. He ordered all that furniture and whatnot. But I'm just saying, anybody in power, man, they use their power for. You can either use it for good or evil. And right now we have a president. I don't like him. He ain't. I say not my president. I've seen those chants. Well, he ain't mine. I don't choose him as my president, and I didn't vote for him. But and I don't see things getting any better in America. All I see now is all these school shootings, and it's just a bad situation all the way around for a lot of people that we find ourselves in, and we can't seem to make any connections or connect the dots. And the way to connect the dots is to treat people how you want to be treated. And the police can't do that. Authorities cannot do that. They cannot treat people the way they want to be treated. And I emphasize the word not all. Not all authorities, not all policemen are like that, but the bad apples. And I reference bad apples because there are some out there who you know make the profession look bad. I don't care where you work at or what you do in life. You can't treat people like shit and it doesn't financially cost you or you go out of business. And I continue to say that to this very day, I will never deal with businesses that treat me like shit. Whether that's corporations, I'll never shop at places that tell me, "Oh, well, you're a great customer," but then you treat me like shit. Or say racist things to me. I ain't gonna have it. Because the internet. Thank God for the internet that this is not the 80s and 70s because you can order stuff and have it mailed to your P.O. box and whatever else, and there you go. You don't even have to deal with a person nowadays. You don't even have to go in their stores. You don't have to talk to nobody. You don't have to do none of that. Go out there and go buy you. I see your thumbs up. Go out there and go buy you a computer. Sit your butt down. Like all these other places that think they too big to go out of business. You treat people the way you want to be treated, you'll succeed. I don't care what you do in life, man. I don't care if you're a farmer. You treat people the way they want to be treated, they'll come back and eat your fruit. If you treat people like crap, they won't eat your fruit and they won't eat from your tree. That's the analogy I have. You treat people the way that you want to be treated, they'll come back and they'll eat your fruit. Farmer's reference, if you treat them like crap, they won't come back and eat your fruit. They won't eat from your tree. So just treat people the way you want to be treated and your business will succeed. If you don't, then your business will fail. America, if we don't treat people in this country how we want to be treated, then America will fail as a country, and someone else would be glad to take us over, and I'm sure we would not want it to be Russia. So, or any other nation that loans us money. China's the highest lender of money when it comes to giving to America so far, or borrowing is what we're doing, because we're never going to pay it back. And so far, the very president that talked about how Obama left the country in debt and how such and such and such and such. Well, you're not doing a good job either. I don't see you helping curb the debt either. What programs have you created? Much of nothing that I see. What legislation has been passed? Well, much of nothing that has helped the economy. Maybe some taxes, maybe here and there, that tax legislation. But, some of those raises and things that these companies did, that's a one-time thing, just like your tax plan is a one-time thing that went through. So the benefits over the long haul probably won't work. So I don't know. It's a lot of stuff to think about. I just know our country is in trouble, whether that is money-wise, whether that is our country's divided between Democrat and Republican, which I think is so stupid. I don't know. I don't understand it, but I sure ain't gonna vote Republican because I ain't with all that. Don't believe in that crap. Don't believe in that stuff. That's not my thing. But for those who are Republican, you have the right to do so and be so. But you don't have the right to treat people like crap. Same thing with Democrats. Don't treat people like crap. But so far, I've been seeing Donald Trump treat people like crap. Obama didn't treat people like that. So I really can't say that either because Obama didn't treat nobody like that. But Donald Trump is. And he continues to fire people. And his divided house cannot stand. So when you continue to treat people like shit, they'll quit on your ass or they'll leave. That's what it is. And Donald Trump, his presidency so far will probably go down as one of the worst presidencies in history because the stuff that I could scrounge around on the internet and look up, I've never seen this many people fired or let go. In a year? Shoot. Donald Trump is on the train called stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, if some bubble burst that he got the presidency because of Russia's help, so far it's looking like that. So you have to have an entire country help you. Okay, so I don't know. We're in trouble. You got police out here that don't like minorities. We have people leaving, White House. We got a president that supposedly don't like disabled people and want to shut down all these programs and what have you. And then you have Republicans saying, well, the programs was never designed to take care of this many people. Well, neither were the jobs that y'all handed them either. These minimum wage ass jobs where you can't even put food on your table. So what else is people supposed to do? Not everybody can go to college or have that opportunity. So Republicans say, "Oh, here's a good idea. We'll just take from the poor, and we live great lives." But then when you talk to some Republicans, even them say they live like crap. So it don't matter who you are, man. Poverty can affect anybody, and violence can affect anybody. And when you put those two things together, um, when you put violence, poverty, and division all together and mix it as one, uh, you have a cocktail of problems. You have a lot of problems when you have hatred and have all those things and mixed together. And so hopefully, I do pray for our country that we can find some kind of way to make it through all this stuff and school shootings and whatever else we go through, and that we can all, whether you black or white, the color of your skin can dictate where you live in some cases, and especially in the South, you see it every day, and it can be scary, but I think we can hopefully push for change, and that's all I want. I pray for everybody, that your lives also are doing well. I hope this summer moving in a more positive direction now. This summer is going to be fun. Swimming, spring is underway. This time of year is good to open up your windows, spring cleaning, that kind of good stuff. So I'm going to get ready to, you know, get ready for practice later on today. Get me some stuff to eat now. God bless all of y'all. I'm thankful to all of my friends on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Google Plus, and some app called Tango. Those are the ones that I'm on. Those platforms. So I really appreciate everybody and all of those folks who listen to me. I try to talk about subjects that may be different and try to find something different each day to talk about when it comes to how African Americans and even minorities feel. And so I try to find these subjects to hopefully enlighten people and just have people think about stuff in a different way. And I'm not saying that you should be afraid of every policeman. You should be afraid of the ones who don't treat you right. That's what it is. So God bless everybody, and I hope that you guys have a good rest of your afternoon and get out here and enjoy this 79 degrees sunshine and blue skies. God bless y'all.